Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to be installing this OEM style dash cam and showing you everything that comes in the box before we get started. We'll take a look at the included accessories and then we'll walk through the entire installation process step by step, including removing the factory rear view mirror cover and mounting tab. One thing I like most about this is that the setup is clean on the installation. It looks like it's finished. There are no suction cups hanging from the windshield, no visible power cables, and nothing blocking your view while you're driving. The camera plugs directly into the vehicle through the factory mirror connector, giving it a factory installed appearance. I'm also going to take you through showing you some of the features after the install. This dash cam does record in 4K from the front and 1080p from the rear camera, providing coverage in both front and rear behind the vehicle. It also has a built-in Wi-Fi connectivity, so you can connect to the mobile app, download and share your video content, and save stuff whenever you need to, or remove it to make memory space. One thing I'll say is before you purchase, please make sure your vehicle does have the same factory 16-pin connector from Ford. That way you know it's compatible with this device.
Full disclosure, I cracked the windshield trying this, but I did not apply a whole lot of pressure, so yeah, heads up for you guys. You gotta try this. Yeah, I really did not put a whole lot of pressure into this. Like that.
I somehow got better application with switching hands and sides. I'm not sure why.
So, I just want to say that this kind of sucks because making this video just now cost me $700. And that was very gentle, so be warned that you have to be very careful, conscientious, careful. Don't know. It's hard to explain. Glass breaks in mysterious ways, but it's just a side effect of working on your own stuff. So I'm responsible for this. I gotta pay for it. So fortunate, it happens though. So just be careful. Move very conscientiously.
I'm gonna go ahead and point this out to you guys because it's mounted like this in the window. You're looking at it from the way down. I know a lot of people do not describe what to do here. So, as you can see, the sides hook onto, I think it's called the button on the windshield. But this little guy is what you are prying against, just like this. You're prying down on it. I can't do it one-handed on my lap, but basically you get your hook tool just like this, pry against the glass, it hooks down pretty hard, and then you're gonna start wiggling this bad boy up. You're going to see this black section on the outside, this whole cap, separate from this. This is where the actual mounting surface is, and that's fine, but just don't pry against it super hard, because the harder this pries against it, clearly you might do that in spite of your windshield. But other than that, it's all good. Just be patient, and that's just how it hooks on right there. So be careful. There you go. As they go through and swap parts and make sure we have the proper configuration, it's just figuring out whether it's upside down or not. Other than that, this is all pretty self-explanatory. It's just a Phillips head screwdriver. Hold it up in the correct location and you'll figure out which way it needs to mount. It's pretty obvious. The camera does need to be on the driver's side of the mount. That way it's facing forward properly. It's the best location, but also gives it the most factory style appearance by hanging there just like this. The 16-pin connector did not necessarily snap in place, but it did go in and stay in, so I felt pretty confident with it. Key brake on, key forward, do this, put it in reverse. Alright, follow the wire around. We're gonna have to tuck that away, make it prettier, but we've got it wired right up to it. There's the camera. Face it, big yellow. Yep, it's facing out, it's upside down, but so that's how you do that. Let's go ahead and clean everything up, make it look nice and pretty. So, with that done, take it around in the wire, passing it all the ways down and around. Now we can go underneath the vehicle and finish digging on the back. Alright guys, so there is the rear view mirror fully installed. Unfortunately, you did see yesterday that I cracked my windshield doing it. That's my own bad. So you definitely have to just be conscientious when you're taking the original mirror off, and be tedious, be calm, be patient. It's going to be stiff. Number one thing is don't use a rubber mallet. Just don't use it at all. If it's not coming off with the pry tool and the cushion up against the windshield like you saw in the video, don't use any other tools. Just take a step back and reevaluate. You can also, if you get on the outside of the vehicle, step on the wheel well and look up like you're on the outside of the glass. You can see it through the glass, what it all looks like. As a matter of fact, I'll just show you. See what you're working with there. So, like I said, just be patient, take your time, and pry on it correctly. Wiggle it. If it doesn't come free, stop. Apply soap and water. Try again. You'll get it. By the way, windshield from LKQ is 22 bucks. If I had Safe Flight take care of it, it's like $300 something, so it's not as bad as I thought. Still, I thought it was about a $700 mistake. Anyways, but now you can see some of the features. So we got a forward-facing camera. There's my stinking dog. Chasing cats, that's hilarious. I mean, it's not, but. So all you gotta do is tap the screen, and then there's also the home button. Takes you back to the settings. So what is safe? You're gonna take a photo. There you go. Go back. Driving settings. There's all kinds of stuff to look at in here. Stuff that you just want to adjust. So if your vehicle has parking guard, you can change the date stamp. Black mirror. What is that? Video mirror. Let's see what that is. So to let it go back to recording or video screen or even mirror, just don't touch anything. It will time out. You can kind of take it back for you. See, there you go. So now we're back to just a regular old mirror. There you can see back behind you. You start driving, it stays locked in, everything, because it's connected to the 16 pin up there, so it kind of just does what it needs to take care of. But I want to get back to it. There you go. And again, it will take video in a loop, so it will record back over itself. So at the moment that you have an incident take place is when you'll want to shut off the vehicle, you know, like normal, or get out and start calling the cops because you've got an incident going on, and then you can deal with it from there. But it should record it in one loop section intervals, so that's good to know. But there we go. I like to see what it's seeing. It kind of just shows you how good the quality is as I drive around here. Alright guys, so now is the time I'm going to walk you through the TopDisplay rear view camera, getting the content off of it and hooking it up through Wi-Fi. There's an app you can download with the QR code right there on the screen. It gives you the Wi-Fi password and the Wi-Fi connectivity you're going to be looking for in your settings. Once you get it all connected, you'll be able to download content quite like this, where you see me running around like a moron. Or that could be a hobo, you know, doesn't have to be me. Some random strange person on my property. But anyways, yeah, so that's the process of at least getting it downloaded and getting the content off of the camera and onto your phone. That is the TopDisplay rear view mirror that works on a 12th generation F-150 or the newest Bronco, as it was actually labeled for, but it's because it's a 16 pin connector, it works for both. So get yours in the link down below in the description. Consider subscribing to the channel because I'll have a lot more content like this coming and testing out features and stuff in all of my vehicles, and possibly even a windshield replacement now. I probably won't replace that until it's an actual problem, but clearly you guys will be here for that process, so you get to see what that's like. But I just want to thank you guys for all the love and support. Thank you for what you do for this channel. Thank you for sticking around. I want to thank TopDisplay for sponsoring this video. They've given me 2 products now and both have been really phenomenal. It's not their fault that I broke the windshield. It's my own fault. But, you know, just be aware, if you're doing DIY stuff yourself as a mechanic, it's a risk of stuff you do. You know, you can take a dealership, you know, paid professionals from Ford, they can do the same thing. It's just they're responsible, and so that's the only upside to that. But like I said, 22 bucks for a replacement windshield from LKQ. You don't gotta fret the little things, and this is a little thing. And it's not really a problem until it spiderwebs bigger or it starts leaking. So we'll just play this one by ear. But again, thank you guys so much for the love and support. I want to thank TopDisplay again for sponsoring the video. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, please share. And if you want to donate to the cause of me replacing this windshield, please do. You are more than welcome to give me super likes, super chats, whatever you want. I would love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for helping with that. And that's just supporting the channel, not just me, because I'm just a part-time employee somewhere doing YouTube content. So thank you guys so much for all you do, and we'll catch you in the next one.